Hello? No, she's not here. She went up to fish camp for the weekend. I'll have her call you when she gets back.
Hi. I'm going to tell you a story with the help of some others about some friends of mine. And even though you might think that something like this can't happen to you, it could. Last summer, my friends went out to camp to fish and to pick some berries. They took 2 boats, but they also took 2 different attitudes. And that was a problem, because one of my friends drowned. We all know someone who's drowned. And the really sad thing is that many of those drownings could have been prevented.
Luke, before you go out in that boat, you need to look at the sky, look at the water, and always listen to that weather forecast.
Southwest winds to 25 knots. And in the local forecast for today, the Weather Service is calling for southwest winds to 15 knots with a 50% chance of rain, decreasing to 30% tonight, and an outlook to partly cloudy skies tomorrow. And now for more music.
Let's get going. Hurry up and go change your clothes.
Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Paula.
Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Paula. Come on, children.
I'm glad we waited for this wind to die down. Because getting there late is better than not getting there at all.
Yeah, at least it'll be a lot smoother.
Any trip requires preparation. Preparation can make the difference between life and death. And weather is one thing we must be prepared for. I'm happy to say that Mike's boat had all the right equipment on board. Equipment that would help him in any emergency.
Luke, you check this first aid kit? It's all set.
It's important to have oars or poles in good condition, and a can or something for bailing out the boat. And after having spent a few rainy days stranded on a riverbank, they now carry some survival items. Things to help build a shelter, to signal for help, and personal health items for the family.
Here's your new life jacket, dear.
Hey Frank, why don't we catch a ride with Mike today?
I can drive my own boat.
Mike's had too many friends and family members drown, so he and his wife Deborah make sure that everyone in their boat wears a personal flotation device.
Frank's been drinking. Can I get a ride with you guys?
Sure, there's a PFD right up front here. Mary, can you tie that seat cushion? Luke, you want to grab that anchor and line and stow him, please?
And as long as I've known Mike, he never takes his boat out without making sure he has enough gas for his entire trip. 1/3 to get there, 1/3 to get back, and 1/3 for any emergency.
Hey, don't smoke around here. I'm fueling up. Okay.
Also, since his cousin died in a boat fire a few years ago, Mike always keeps a charged fire extinguisher in his boat. And they always carry a spare propeller, spark plugs, and tools stored in a waterproof box. Mike knew that preparation is one of the keys for surviving in an emergency. Unfortunately, Frank didn't see things that way.
Right here beside this wooden box so we can balance the load.
Mike made sure that the motor was the right size for his boat. It was easy for him to tell because all commercially built boats have a plate on them that will tell how much they are able to carry.
Richard, you can go ahead and sit on this box with the cushion. Everybody ready? We're heading to fish camp now, Steve. Leaving a little bit late and we'll get there about 3. The family is going and Richard has joined us. We all have PFDs, a tarp, and sleeping bags. We're taking the 22-foot wooden boat.
Mike made sure that he told his brother where they were going. But Frank and Paula, they didn't tell anyone.
You ready, Mike? You ready?
Is that all you're taking?
Lighter the faster.
Mike and his family were prepared. Frank, I'm still mad at him for not taking the time.
Our searches were averaging at least 2 to 3 a week. Now with Kotzebue going down, if we're lucky, maybe once or once every 2 months. Long trips can be tiring. The vibrations, the noise, and wind all contribute to something called boater's hypnosis. After a few hours, their reactions get slower.
Sandbar.
Let's go to shore and check the prop.
Frank had been drinking. The alcohol not only made him more susceptible to boater's hypnosis, but was also affecting his balance and attention span, his vision, and his depth perception.
The major cause of the accidents and death in this region is use of alcohol while you're using any type of motorized vehicle.
Richard knew he had a choice. He didn't have to ride with someone who had been drinking.
Glad he brought along a spare prop.
Hey, Richard, I'm getting tired. You want to take over for a while?
Mom, are we gonna stop at Marvin's camp?
Hey, Herbert, I want
that survive these situations usually find something floating, such as a gas can, to hold on to. An ice chest or a buoy will also do. The point is, try to keep as much of yourself as possible out of the water. If you have a PFD, get into the help position by putting your arms over your chest and drawing your legs together and up. In rough water, you may need to drop your legs down and use your arms to keep your face out of the water.
We'll be okay.
Use the huddle position if you're with other people. If you wear waders, you can still float. The air trapped in the waders will help keep you afloat if you don't thrash around. Even if they fill with water, they won't pull you to the bottom. Hang on to the boat if you can. Since 1972, all commercially made boats have built-in flotations, which keep them horizontal even if they're filled with water or overturned. Homemade boats should have flotation put in them. Alaskan waters are cold. A good personal flotation device will not only keep you afloat, but will keep you warmer. There are several types of PFDs. This Coast Guard approved float coat is warm and waterproof. Float coats with beaver tails will keep you even warmer. Coveralls are also Coast Guard approved and are warmer than most other type of PFDs. This hybrid PFD is comfortable, but will not keep you as warm as a float coat or coveralls. It will float you in the water, but you'll float higher if it's inflated. These suspenders are easy to wear on a boat, but they won't help you float unless they're inflated. Although not common on rivers, these immersion suits are very popular with coastal fishermen. They keep you warm and dry and have saved hundreds of lives. This jacket is not Coast Guard approved, but it's comfortable and easy to work in. However, you won't float very high unless it's inflated.
Hold on, Frank! Get alongside him.
Sit still, Mary.
Luke, you got that cushion ready?
Barely holding on to it. He's hypothermic. Quick, Luke, we need to grab him in. You make sure to grab underneath one of his arms. Right here. Turn around. We got you. Okay. I'll grab underneath this arm here. Come on.
Stay on the left side. Keep your weight over here.
Pull him up. Pull him up. Wait. Let me get his legs. Okay, we need to log roll him. Where's that blanket? Put that blanket over him. Okay, let's roll him down. Gently now.
Let's take him to Marvin's camp.
Where's Paula?
I don't know. She went under. We hit a log.
Gently.
Going back to look for Paula. We'll be back in a couple hours.
We've just received word of a boating accident on the river. There is one survivor, but at least one person is still missing. Search and rescue has been notified and has begun.
There she is.
Just a life jacket.
She wasn't wearing it.
Please, no.
I don't believe it. It happened so fast.
Thank God you held on to that gas can.
No! I don't know who it is. I don't know if it was them.
They never did find Paula. Her family, they're still hurting about her death. And the sad thing is, it could have been prevented.